welcome back to another episode of How to Create Awesome Things with Triggre. And today I'm going to show you things about texts and how to create them in your data model and how to show them in your application. So I'm going to Data, and for this exercise I'm going to create a separate data item which will contain the different text that we have. Then I will create a user flow and add it to the menu. After that, we'll go to the actual published application and I will show you the differences and how they react differently in the actual application. So in this case, I'm going to create a data item which is called, for instance, example text. And in example text, I will be able to add a property, and in this case I'm going to add property texts. And as soon as I click text, I get three options, namely any text, email address, and URL. And right now you might not know exactly what the effect will be in the application, but I will show you that after I publish the application. But first, let's add these three different property types. So first, I'm going to add any text. And to make it a little bit easier for myself, I'm going to call that any text. I'm going to add another one, texts again, and in this case I'm going to add the email address, which I will call email address. And then the final one, add texts, and in this case, drumroll, we'll have URL, which we call URL. Now I've created the data model, and after that I am going to create a user flow. And to create a user flow, I am going to use the automated add user flow with a wizard functionality, which we have in Triggre. I'm going to create an overview and add, edit, and delete page, and in this case I would like to use the data item example text, which I just created. All three properties should be shown on this page, and I would like to create an add, an edit, and a delete button. Okay, well, the order is just fine. I could change it if I want to, but in this case I'm going to have the order as it is right now, and I don't need sorting. Okay, and I'm going to call it example text. Well, an important step now is to add it to the appearance, because if you don't add it to the appearance, nobody will be able to view that page. So let's go to appearance. I'm going to add a separate section to that. Let's call that example, and submenu item, let's say text. And I'm going to add this user flow example text to it. Okay. So now I have created my application, and the only thing I need to do now is to publish the application so you guys can view the end result. So I'm going to publish it to my demo 1 application, and we'll have to wait for a few seconds to view the result. It's ready. It has been published. So let's go to the application itself. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how this application, the design that we created, actually looks in the application. So I'm going to my demo 1 environment. And there's the example section that we created. And as you can see, we have an overview here, which says any text, email address, and URL. There are no entries yet because we haven't entered any entries, but we're going to do that right away. So we click add, and then you can see the form that Triggre automatically created, and it has three properties or three form fields. One is any text, one is email address, and one is URL. Well, at any text, I can enter any text I want. At email address, I have to enter an actual email address, and Triggre automatically checks for that. And at URL, if I would forget the HTTP part, Triggre would add that automatically as well. So, for instance, if I would say any text here, and at email address, I would say, for instance, Triggre, and I would click done. It says, hey, please enter a valid email address. So I need to enter a valid email address. And at URL, like I said, if I forget the HTTP, Triggre will add that automatically. So I click done, and there you go. We've got the nice URL over here, the email address over here as well. So I hope you really liked this video, and if you do, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you again next week.